What's a mompreneur? And why are mompreneurs stuck? Hey, find out the answers to all this, especially if you're one of the mompreneurs with Rhonda Cimorelli. Tune in! Hey, I'm Steve Sapato, and you're listening to The Happiness Agenda. The Happiness Agenda is where we help you find happiness. Now, we do that in all kinds of ways. We do it by helping you find a way to get through your challenges, a way to make you healthier, wealthier, and wiser. And that's what we want to do. And I have people on who are experts in finding out what you need in order to make your life absolutely fabulous. Because that's what we want for everybody, isn't it? Fabulous life. And today I have the pleasure of having on Rhonda Cimorelli. And Rhonda, how you doing?
Doing great today, Steve. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I got that tongue that goes, yeah, but it works, as long as, we all make mistakes. And as long as we all admit we make mistakes, I shouldn't say that. I don't make many mistakes, but when I'm wrong, I'm usually lying. There's the difference, right?
Well, that's okay because I like to say, you know what? I'm perfectly imperfect.
I like it. That's right. So, Rhonda, tell us what you do, why you're doing it, and how long you've been doing
Oh, I feel like that's a loaded question, but I'll give it a try.
it.
Oh, so what am I doing these days? Well, I tell you, I've kind of morphed my business as most of us do over time. And my focus now is kind of a twofold. Most people don't understand how it connects, but if it's okay, I'm going to share with you.
Please.
Working with mompreneurs for about 10 years, helping them get unstuck and working on life work balance because moms wear many, many hats. Well, that's morphed into, some entrepreneurs, businesswomen, professional women. And I also work with teenagers. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's a lot of things that you're juggling. But what I'm really doing is helping people get unstuck. And as you were saying, this happiness agenda, really helping people elevate their life. Let me see here. I feel like you asked me another question.
We'll get back to them no matter what, or if we figure out what the questions are. Well, how long you been doing it? You said 10 years. So what, 10 years what you've been doing most of this?
About 10 years, yes.
Yeah. And you know what's strange about what we do? Running my podcast, people tell me all the time, and I run across people all the time, Rhonda, that say, I have a podcast, and I will send me your link. And I go look at their link, and I'm a professional speaker. You know that. I mean, that's what my stuff behind me says. Hey, you're a professional speaker. You know how to do this. And that's one of the reasons I'm very good at it. But the other reason is because I look at other people objectively and I learn. And that's what Rhonda and I want you to understand is when we look at other people, are we jealous? Like, are we jealous of their success? And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I am. I think I deserve as much success as Tony Robbins. I've been around as long as Tony Robbins, but he's a multi millionaire, and I'm not. So that's wrong, right? And that's where we got to look at things and go, okay, what is Tony Robbins doing that I'm not doing? What kind of training did Tony Robbins get that I didn't get? What is holding you back? And when we start, you said something really interesting. You said I help mompreneurs get unstuck, and you're like, well, what do you mean stuck? How are they stuck?
Mompreneurs get stuck because they get sidetracked, they get distracted, they try to figure out how to balance everything. Because what is a mompreneur? It's a woman, a mother who is building some type of business primarily from home around her children and her family. So she's wearing the mom hat, the wife hat, the referee hat, the chauffeur hat, the businesswoman hat. She's cooking, she's cleaning, depends on the age of her children. She does so much, and it's really, really easy. I know because I've been a mompreneur for 30 years. It's really easy to, walk to your designated area, but you have to go through the kitchen and you go, oh my God, there's a pile of dishes over there that I really need to get cleaned. Or you walk past the bedroom or their bathroom and you go, oh my God, there's a load of laundry that I really need to get done. And sometimes we use these as an excuse and we don't realize we're using it as an excuse and we're sabotaging ourselves and we don't get the work done that we need to get done. So mompreneurs get stuck, and sometimes they just don't have the confidence or the knowledge of where to go and find those prospects or those leads. For example, because I was in network marketing, direct sales for 25 years prior to this, And one of the biggest mistakes I saw is there's a mindset of as long as I reach out to my friends and family, I will be set and I will have a great business. And I'm like, that was the biggest mistake right there is yeah, I said to them, let them practice. Practice with your friends, practice with your family. They'll know where to find you. But the idea is to, everybody knows at least five people. So your mom, practice with her and master your skills. Mom knows five people, your sister knows five people, so and so knows five people, and expand. The goal is to get three shades out or three levels out from the people that you know. Those are the people that are going to be your ideal customers or clients. So that's just one of the things that I help
Well,
them do.
and you know, a lot of things happen in there. I was in multi-level when I was 29 years old, and I think I spent 7 or 8 years there, but I didn't make any money in it. But what I did do is I learned in those days they had people they would bring in for. You'd have 5,000 people at a workshop or a seminar for a weekend, and they would bring in the Zig Ziglars of the world. They would bring those people in who taught you and would have their books to sell and were not just motivational, but training people. You know, it's one thing to be motivated, woohoo, rah, rah. You know, I mean, I think Tony Robbins stuff where he has people walk across fire, they're all like, I'm a fire walker. And I go, who cares, right? Did that help you? And they go, oh, it helps me. I go, explain to me how. And most people can't explain how. So they go through that whole training. They're like, woo, woo, I did this. That's great for a little bit of confidence, but where did it really put you in line? And my multi-level training, people say, so you spent 7 years and you lost money and blah, blah, blah. I went, you're looking at it wrong. I didn't lose money. I spent money to go to workshops and seminars where I personally grew. I became the person I wanted to be. And that's what most people miss. So in your multi-level, the one thing I learned in that, Rhonda, was that people wanted to sell all this stuff to you. And you know what? You're not an expert in all this stuff. You haven't done your homework in all this stuff. You can do your homework on this. You want to be the best damn makeup person on your line? Then focus on makeup. If you want to be the best damn cancer person, then focus on what is the products that say we can help you with cancer, whatever that is. Don't think you're going to multi-level all the products they have. I joined Melaleuca. Now that Melaleuca has been around for 50 years, I'll say. I don't know how long it's been around, but I know the name. People say, why did you join Melaleuca, Steve? Did you need this? I went, they offered one thing, a quality beef. They teamed up with a beef company out in Wyoming or someplace, and I investigated them, and they raised their own beef and they shipped that beef to me. It's hard to find good quality hamburger, good quality beef without being raised on all the stuff we talk about. And I joined Melaleuca for that one area. Yeah, I still got to buy some stuff from Melaleuca. Honestly, I don't care what it is. I got a minimum order. I buy it, but I buy the beef.
Right.
Selling in your business. So when we talk about that, one of the greatest challenges, Rhonda, is we all suffer from not having enough business. Do you have every bit of business you can use right now, Rhonda?
Yeah.
No, most of us don't. So when I go out and teach small businesses, I'm here in Sebring, Florida, and when I go out and do workshops for small businesses, I teach 8 to 10 small businesses how to expand their business so they can get more business. Because the average person, and this is what's really killing me in across the world right now. I'm old, and and I want to help all these small businesses make a lot of money. Every small business in America should be making six figures. 80% of them don't. That's true with the National Speakers Association. 76% of the National Speakers Association members make less than $70,000 a year from speaking. So if it's true across every area, then what's holding us back? And that's why Rhonda's here today. What's holding us back? Why aren't we making more money? There's lots of stuff we need to learn. There's lots of areas we can grow. And so, when we get done, I'll offer Rhonda a couple ways to help her grow her business because that's what we're supposed to do. And she can help you right now. So, Rhonda, what are a couple tips that you can offer the people listening that will help them go from a mompreneur who is doing okay to really flourishing, or teenagers, whichever level you want to go?
Well, for teenagers, some of the biggest challenges that they're facing are stress, anxiety, bullying, depression.
What?
So,
What? You mean that hasn't changed in 50, 60 years since I was a teenager?
2,000 years. I mean, who are we kidding? But it's actually worse now than it was when you and I were growing up. And even when I say my first generation of kids, because I have two generations, it's a very different world. And COVID really put a whopper on the world. It really, so when I say I work with both levels, because the way I view this as if I'm working with a businesswoman, a business owner, and she is having a high turnover rate. Well, we need to identify like why is there such a high turnover rate? Is there,
Wait, high
process
turnover rate of clients or people she
employees?
works with? What?
Right, so employees. So if I'm
Okay.
working with a small business owner and she has, I don't know, 2, 3, 10, 12 employees, but they have a high turnover rate. Why are people leaving? Why are people getting fired? Well, we can look at this as a couple of different ways. A, your leadership skills. B, your onboarding. C, your whole process, right? How are people learning? What do you actually have a process? You'd be surprised at how many small business owners don't really have this.
None. You ask them and they're like, I don't, what do you mean?
So then, so I can talk to a small business owner and we can work with team building and those processes. Then we can also address the team itself. So why aren't you showing up? Why do you think it's okay to be late? Why are you incapable of doing the job that you were hired, right? So we have to address that. And then if you take it down one level, my teenagers, well, they're the future leaders of the world. That's actually my little flow, future leaders of the world, because they need to understand respect, responsibility, discipline, confidence, communication skills, because most of these kids have no idea how to have a conversation if it's not in front of their face. They're doing this. And when I bring them out to the farm and I introduce them to the horses, for example, one of the first things I do is I introduce myself and I go to give a handshake. And it cracks me up because not only the kids nor the parents know how to do this. I'm like, what is this? What is this? I
That's
said,
right. What is that? The dead fish handshake, the squeeze your fingers handshake. It's like, please.
so even the parents. So I
Yeah.
go, oh my gosh, there's just so many multi-levels. It's like that onion concept, right? We got to peel everything back and put it back together. So I'm not a person who's trying to pull someone apart necessarily, but I want to identify like what pieces are your, I guess, weaknesses. Where can we strengthen this as a whole? Because as you said, you did the network marketing the trainings to build personal development, learn about yourself. Because here's the thing, before you can inspire or empower others, you must first understand yourself. That's a quote from me, by the way.
You heard it
But
here first, folks.
it's so true, isn't it? Before you can inspire or empower others, you really have to understand yourself. Before you can be a quality leader and expect someone else to do these jobs, you have to understand what is that job, how to do it effectively, so that you can therefore transfer these skills.
Rhonda, one of the things I've been a public speaker since I was 25 years old, right? And I taught college speech courses for 7 years during the early part of that career. And exactly what you said, what I learned from that was public speaking changes people's lives. And people go, I'll never do public speaking. I go, you don't have to do public speaking, but take the training because when you find out what public speaking really is, all it is confidence. And what we need to have more of the teenagers and everybody else is confidence. I've read a thing, and I don't know if this is not meant to be political, so please don't take it that way. But I just read a thing this morning about Barron Trump. He was attending something. Somebody had invited him to something, and it was a big deal, I guess. But he sat in the back of the room, and the MCs, the journalists who were running this thing, eventually got around to running down the politicians and this and that. And they brought him into the conversation about how he's the golden boy and he's always had to do this and he's never had, and people were watching this Barron Trump. He's 18 years old, 6'5" tall. And it was interesting that after this lady, whacked him evidently a few dozen times, he finally stood up and came to the front of this room. And everything I read about it said, all he said was, you know what? It's sad that you have to feel like you do this because you know nothing about me. You don't know anything what I've gone through. You don't know anything that I'm going through. And for you to say these things is a terrible thing for you to do to anyone right? Teenagers included. And basically that's what he said. And he walked back and he sat down. And that's what people don't understand. That was confidence. That was somebody who said, I could really light into you because I'm a billionaire's son and I could do whatever I want. Instead, he used his confidence to walk up and say, you're making a mistake by running people down. And
Well,
that's what we need to do. The confidence that comes from what I teach and what Rhonda teaches is designed to help you build your business. If you aren't confident, you're going to hem and haw when it comes time to close a sale. I remember, Rhonda, I was 29 years old, I think, and it would come time to close a sale on a box of soap. And I'd go, well, it's only, whatever, $8.50. You ought to buy it today. No, that's the wrong way to do it, right? You don't sell that way. But I know people still do because we weren't confident in our product. We weren't confident in ourselves. We weren't confident in our delivery. And that's what Rhonda wants to help you get to. When she says she wants to elevate your life, what does that mean? So I'll let her explain. What does that mean? You want to elevate my life, Rhonda?
well, I want to help you identify some of these hidden obstacles that are keeping you stuck, right? When you were asking me what's one thing that they can do, well, there's a challenge that I offer, Steve, and it's called the 7-day no crap challenge. And it's
7 day no crap challenge. I like it.
no crap challenge. And what that means is I'm going to give you an example, and you can just take this one piece for your listeners if you're listening today. And I'm going to challenge you right here now. Take one day and see if you can not blame anything or anybody about your current circumstances. Don't complain about your current life, your current circumstances, your problem,
Wait,
and don't justify, hang on, or justify what the heck is going on, why I deserve this, why I can't do this, or
yeah,
I
but
did this.
you don't understand my circumstances.
Well, here's the challenge. If you can take that one piece right there, no blaming, no complaining, no justifying for one day. Now, my 7-day no crap challenge will take you little bitty pieces, and we add a little bit of what you have control of, what you don't have control of, and help you identify these pieces. And we help you eliminate the crap out of your life. And when
How
you can,
do we get that? How do we get your 7 day no crap challenge?
oh my gosh, go to a balanced life for you / 7-day challenge.
Okay, wait. A balanced life for you. A
Also,
balanced with a D.
mhm,
A balanced life for
for
you with a number four or FOR.
RYOU.
Okay, so you folks, if you didn't have your pencil out before, now you got your pencil out. If you're driving in the car, you got to remember a balanced life for you, right? We'll get you to her website. That's your website, right, Rhonda?
Yes, it
And then
is.
/ what?
7-day challenge.
7 day challenge. So a balanced life for you, and they can find it in that upper bar that sits in the website. So
Yep.
all you got to remember right now is a
Just
balanced
go to
life
the
for
website.
you. Remember
Just go
that.
to the website. Because I'm going to tell you what, I cheated. I really shouldn't have it on the header, but it actually is there.
Cool.
When you go to the website, abalancedlifeforyou.com, on the header, you'll see 7-day challenge. And it's something that is free. And here's the best part. So many challenges require that real effort, right? Well, I'm a busy wife. I'm a busy mom. I'm a busy woman. So I figured I need to make it simple and sweet for me and you. So what I did was I set it up to come to your inbox every morning about 5:30 a.m. in case you're part of the 5 a.m. club. Okay.
5:30 Eastern time.
Well, whatever time you get up, honey, is
Oh,
5:30.
see, look at
Every
that.
time you're
Yeah.
gonna get up, okay? So it's going to come to your inbox. And here's the cool thing. Some people like to read, some people like to watch, some people like to listen. So in 5 minutes a day, you can watch it, read it, or listen to it because it comes in a video format too. You can apply it. It's going to give you your focus point. So for example, day one is no blaming, no complaining, no justifying. It's going to give you a declaration. I embrace change or I embrace challenge. You can say whichever one you want. And it explains to you why the declarations are important and then talks about a reward. So in 5 minutes a day, you can start to transform your life or elevate your life. So
Okay.
that's
So
something
I mean,
I have for you.
how everyone listening to this, how do you not go get that? I mean, it's real simple. We're talking about 7 day challenge. We're talking about 5 minutes a day. We're talking about helping you. I mean, I tell people all the time, Rhonda, when I do workshops, 30 people or something, 30 or 50 people. I ask how many people here wake up in a great mood every day, and a few hands will go up. Most hands don't. I go, how many people here wake up? Oh my God, it's morning. and about half the hands go up, right? And I went, how many people would like for your spouse to be in a good mood every morning? And all the hands go up, right? And I go, want to know how to make that happen? And of course, they all go, yeah. I go, good. You get up in the morning, you walk in the bathroom, you close the door, you turn on the light, you look in the mirror, and you go, you're the best looking person in the room. And if that doesn't make you laugh or smile, you're nuts, right? You need more help than I offer. But it puts you in a, not only gave yourself a positive affirmation, but it puts you in a good mood because you smiled at your own silly humor. That will put you, and you know what? I don't care how many times I do that, I still smile. And I've been doing that for 20 years. So exactly what I tell you one thing, but here's Rhonda to give you 7 days, 7 days of helping you improve your life. Because most of us will go, oh, I forgot. I forgot to look at my fourth day. I forgot. Well, so then what should you do about it? What should they do if they forgot that fourth day, Rhonda?
Go back and open it up. I'm laughing because there's a woman that I met recently. She was tagged by a friend of hers and she's going through a difficult time. Had a little chit chat with her and I said, you know what? I think this will be your first step. Let's just do something 5 minutes a day that can start elevating. Followed up with her the other day and I said, how you doing with your 7 day challenge? And I'm typing and she says, in emojis, I'm still in the first day, boohoo. And I said, how about a quick 5 minute call? So we jumped on the phone. I said, what's going on? And she says, well, I don't have time. I said, how much time did it take you? 5 minutes. I said, you mean 5 minutes you can't find? Well, let's go over your day for just a minute because she only has her children every 4 days.
Oh,
So this is funny and I think you'll appreciate it. And one of the first things we identified was tell me what your morning routine is like with the children before they get up for school. She says to me, well, I sleep to the very last minute, so I really don't have any time there. Wait, hang on. What? You just said I sleep until the very last minute. Who has control over that?
well, the kids, obviously.
Well, when would be a good time? So I was like, so how long have you been stuck? And she was like, a long time. When would be a good time to get unstuck? Well, like now. Well, what are you going to do about
Yeah.
it? Something's got to change or something's not going to
Change.
change.
That's when I talk to people who want to be speakers. They always say, I want to be a speaker. Like I talked to somebody the other day and they said, well, your course is too expensive for me. I said, well, okay, why do you think that? They went, well, I spent thousands of dollars over the last few years for a speaker, challenge or a speaker training, and they didn't help me. I go, what does that have to do with me? Right. And they're like, well, I just didn't get it. And I'm really Lear. I don't want to do it again, blah, blah, blah. And I went, okay, I appreciate that. But what they were doing was giving themselves an excuse for not going with the premier speaker coach, right? And that's what I tell people. You are in control of your future. You get to choose every day. Am I going to stay in bed and maintain the status quo, or am I going to get my butt up 15 minutes earlier? 15 minutes earlier and take advantage of what I know will change my life. That's absolutely critical that we learn that you have to be willing to change. And Rhonda, I got 2 more minutes. Rhonda is going to help you create that change. So, Rhonda, again, how do they get a hold of
abalancedlifeforyou.com, or you can find Rhonda Cimorelli, one or the other.
now? Rhonda Cimorelli, Rhonda, Rhonda, just like you'd expect. Cimorelli is Cimorelli, right? Cimorelli. And she's on, what are you on? Facebook, LinkedIn, what are you on?
Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm getting back to Twitter on as ABL for you, all letters.
And what I want you to understand in this is that Rhonda and I use our real name. I've used my real name forever. When I go on someplace and they say, well, you got to look for, like my moniker from college was QLman49.com, right? If you look for QL Man, people are going to go, well, why are you using that? People make up these funny names. We use our real names because we're confident that we can help you, that we make a difference to you. All right. And that's why we use our real name. So I'm going to tell you right now, reach out for Rhonda. I got about another minute and then I'm jumping on another podcast, unfortunately. But Rhonda, it's been a pleasure seeing you. Rhonda and I reconnected here and we're going to maintain a connection this time so we can help and grow each other, not just personally, but through our businesses where we can make a difference in people's lives. Rhonda, I appreciate you being on. One last word of wisdom, about 15 seconds.
You have the power to change.
There it is, folks. There it is. You don't have to go to Tony Robbins' concert. You don't have to do that stuff. You have the power to change. Reach out to Rhonda Cimorelli, right? Rhonda Cimorelli, and get that done. Rhonda, it's been a pleasure again to have you on the show. I look forward to connecting with you. We'll put this together and do it again soon, okay?
Thanks, Steve. You have a fabulous day.
Thanks a lot. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. How did you do that?